Hello, it's Fabio with Patterns on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie the super gotcha. I hope you enjoy the video and we'll see you next week.
Okay, we're gonna tie a super gotcha. Already put hook on my vise is a Daiichi 2546 size 4 saltwater hook. I am going to use some orange thread. This is a 6/0. I'm gonna lay a base of thread maybe one eyelet away from the eyelet of the hook. I'm gonna cut this tag off. I'm going to get a set of bead chain eyes in silver. I'm gonna do some figure eights. I'm gonna go under the bead chains a few times. We wanna make sure that these bead chains don't rotate because this fly is gonna fish upside down with the bead chains touching the bottom. Like that. I'm gonna put some UV resin or glue, whatever you have, to again help keep these bead chains in place, being at the bottom of the hook, being under the hook. I'm gonna use my UV light to cure the UV resin. Okay, then I'm gonna get some mylar cord, small. This is pearl. I am going to cut maybe a couple inches. Like so. Then I'm gonna get the inner core and I'm gonna pull that out. Like so. So now I'm going to tie in the this mylar tubing, again size small, and I'm gonna go pretty far down the bend of the hook, like so. Next I'm gonna get some flat diamond braid in pearl. You can tie this fly in different colors. Probably the most used ones are going to be pearl and pink. I'm going to lay this flat diamond pearl diamond braid. I'm going to lay this flat diamond braid along the hook shank. And I'm going to make a with finishing back here so that I can keep that thread in place. I'm going to use my bobbin holder to keep that thread in place. I'm going to start palmering the flat diamond braid along the hook shank, like so. And I'm using orange thread. If you use pink thread, then that pink will bleed through the flat diamond braid, so to make the fly more pinkish, if you will. So now I'm gonna go back and forward a couple of times, maybe halfway down the hook shank, so I can make that body more like a real shrimp, like a real shrimp. I'm gonna wrap the flat diamond braid a couple of times around those bead chain eyes. I'm gonna lift it up and then go with my thread and lock the braid in place. Now I can reach in with my scissors and cut that braid off, the flat braid. I'm gonna turn my hook upside down. Now I'm gonna build the wing for this fly. You can use different materials. Some people like to use craft fur. You can use 3D fibers. I personally like to use foxtail. So this is a tan foxtail. I'm gonna get a small amount. I'm gonna cut it from the hide. Now when I measure it, I want that tail to be maybe half an inch longer than the hook itself. So I'm gonna cut the excess off, like so. I'm gonna lay this in front of the hook shank, in front of the eyelet hook, I mean. I'm gonna make a couple of loose wraps, like so, and then I'm gonna pull those butt ends so that they're not sticking out over the eyelet of the hook, like so. I'm gonna make some tight wraps. I wanna make sure that fox hair doesn't slide out, like so. Then I'm gonna get some crystal flash in pearl color. I'm gonna get a couple of strands. Cut those out. I'm gonna lay them across the orange head that I just created. Secure the strands on my side. Pull the strands on the other side of the hook. Lock those in place. I'm gonna cut them about the length of the wing that we just put in place, like so. Then I'm going to get some. Then I'm gonna get some loco legs in pink. I have some here. I'm gonna get a couple. You know, you can tie one set of leg for each size. I like to have double because, you know, as you fish, as you remove hooks from fish and things like that, you may lose one of the legs. So I always like to have redundant legs. So I'm going to lock the legs in front of, on the side of the hook facing me, and when I fold those over and lock them again on the other side now. Okay, now I'm gonna let those legs fall down, and I'm gonna reach in with my scissors and cut them to equal length. Then I'm gonna get my whip finisher. And whip finish the fly. Gonna reach in with my scissors, cut that thread off, apply some more UV resin. I'm gonna apply some here between those bead chain eyes. I'm gonna use my UV light to cure the UV resin, you know, for 10-15 seconds. I see there's some glue, some UV resin that went through the eyelet, so I'm gonna clean that up. Already that's cleaned up. Okay, the last step is we want to open up this mylar tubing here. And this is the probably the most important characteristic of a super gotcha. It's got a very long tail pointing upwards. I don't know if you can see that. But there you have it, the super gotcha. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.